Peace, everybody. It's Ben. Welcome back to another practice. Today we're going to find a pretty rhythmic practice with our breath, finding energy in the body, creating strength and flexibility along the way. So welcome, and let's get started in a tabletop position. As you get to tabletop, move through a few rounds of cat-cow or any other explorative movement. Be a little bit primal with it, whether you're going through the traditional cat-cow or moving around in some different ways. Seek to create space in the shoulder blades, in the side bodies. And then come into down dog. From your downward facing dog, go ahead and stretch the right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. And then step the right foot outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee down and reach the right arm up into a twist. You can stay in the twist, or you can bend the knee and work into the quad stretch as well. Maybe it feels natural, or maybe it doesn't. From here, release the twist, and then we'll step the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Reach the arms forward, coming into this active squat position. Inhale. Exhale, stand and bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart, sink down into this active squat. Inhale, reach the hands to the ground. Exhale, left foot back, followed by right, downward facing dog. From down dog, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step left foot outside of left hand. Drop the right knee down and reach the left arm up into a twist with the option for the quad stretch. Feeling the spine rotate around its axis. Release the twist. We're headed to this active squat, remember, so right foot steps forward, comes outside of the right hand, and then both arms forward. Active squat. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come through heart. Inhale, hands meet the ground. Exhale, right foot back, followed by left, downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg reaches up to the sky. Right foot steps outside of right hand. Drop the left knee, twist the right arm up with the option, not the requirement, to go for the quad stretch and twist. Release that, and we're headed to active squat. Left foot steps outside of left hand. Arms reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Squeeze the glutes to stand up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, palms to the mat. Exhale, left foot then back. Right foot back for down dog. Left leg up to the sky now, three-legged dog. Left foot steps outside of the left hand. Drop the right knee. Loop the left arm around for a quad stretch, or just the spinal twist lizard lunge. Release that. Right foot outside of right hand, active squat. I like to have the toes slightly facing out. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, stand, hands to heart. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, squat down, hands to heart. Inhale, palms touch the ground. Exhale, right foot back then left, downward facing dog. From down dog, ripple forward into a plank pose. Take anywhere from 1 to 3 chaturanga push-ups to bring some energy into the arms, shoulders, and core. From plank pose, drop the knees, shift the hips back in space, almost like child's pose with the toes tucked, and then using the palms, pull your body forward through up dog. Release back through down dog. From down dog, right leg up, three-legged dog. Right foot outside the right hand. This time left foot outside of the left hand. Skip the lizard lunge. Reach the arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Sink low. Inhale, palms to the ground. Exhale, both feet step back. Move through a vinyasa. So maybe it's chaturanga into upward facing dog. Or maybe it's chaturanga back to plank into the little child's pose and then pull through top dog and then back to down dog. Or you could skip it all and just go right back to down dog. Okay, left leg up. Left foot steps outside of left hand. Right foot follows, steps outside of right hand. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, stand, pull hands to heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, sink down low. Inhale, palms to the ground. Exhale, step or hop back and move through a flow that will eventually bring you back to down dog. So now we're bringing up the pace a little bit. Let's get it. So inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or step the feet or hop outside of the hands. Inhale, forward. Exhale, stand, bring your hands to heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, palms to the mat. Exhale, step or hop back, and then move through a Vinyasa with the eventual destination of down dog. Let's try again. So inhale, lift heels, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, feet, step or hop outside of the hands. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, stand, hands to heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, palms to the mat. Exhale, step or hop back. And move through a flow that will take you eventually back to down dog. And then from down dog, shift it up a little bit. Reach the right leg to the sky. Step through to warrior two. Sometimes when I get a little bit out of breath, it causes me to mix up my words a little more than usual. So here we are in warrior two, slowing down for a second, finding the present moment, because the present moment can be elusive at times. Okay, start from the warrior two, half bind with your left arm behind the back, flip the right palm face up, stay low in the hips, and reverse the warrior. Stay here for 5, for 4. This is a pose that we normally flow through. See what it feels like to hold it for 3, for 2, on 1, triangle pose. Take your time reaching into the triangle pose. From triangle pose, left arm circles down to the ground. Step the right foot back for wild thing. So right foot will step over and behind of the left, and then bridge the hips up. Wild thing. From here, right foot pulls in and steps to the top of the mat. Side angle pose, rotate the left heel down. Open through the left side body with the option to half bind. Reverse the triangle, option to keep the half bind. Inhale up. Exhale toward half moon pose. Okay, we're still pretty early in the practice, so it doesn't need to be the deepest half moon. I'm going to keep my right knee bent considerably from our half moon. Close off the hips and bring both hands down to the mat through standing splits with the option of bringing one or both hands onto the right leg. That might seem like a lot, or it might seem like a nice fun challenge, and it can be unattached to whether it succeeds or not. Bring the hands to the ground, step back, down dog. From downward facing dog, go ahead and stretch the left leg to the sky, and then step the left foot through. For warrior two, right heel seals down, arms spread open, and then once again, we find the potentially elusive present moment. We'll start once again by half binding the right arm, flipping the left palm up, reversing the warrior. We'll stay here, opening the left side for 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, on 1. Slowly reach forward, triangle pose, reaching out into the future, and then create some space and create some energy. From triangle, right arm starts to flow backwards and circles down to the mat. So right palm to the mat, step the left leg behind you for wild thing, bridge the hips up. And then use your strength in the core, pull the left knee in, step the left toes to the top of the mat, side angle pose, right heel rotates down, open through the right side body. Option to half bind through the right shoulder. Reverse the triangle. Lift all the way up. And then try out your balancing half moon. Remain non-attached to how perfectly or imperfectly it goes. And then slowly with care, close off the hips. Come into standing splits with the option to bring one or both palms toward the left leg to really work on quite the challenging balance. Bring both hands to the ground. Down dog. From down dog, inhale, round and ripple forward to plank. Exhale, bend the knees and scoop the hips back. Down dog. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, scoop the hips back. Do this a few more times, creating some circles with the breath in your down dog. And then when you're ready, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps through to warrior two. Spread the arms open. Find the moment. Slow things down. Half bind with the left arm. Flip the right palm. Reverse warrior. Triangle pose. Open all the way out. From triangle pose, left arm circles to the ground. Right foot steps over for wild thing. Bridge the hips up. And then we're closing it off. Right knee pulls back in. Rotate the left heel down. Open all the way through side angle. And then reverse the triangle. Inhale up. Exhale toward half moon. Embrace the journey. Disregard imperfection. Standing splits. Rotate it down. Use your hands for that transition if that feels more stable. Downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Left foot steps through. Warrior two. Open the arms. Half bind the right arm. Flip the left palm. Reverse your warrior. Triangle pose. Open and extend out into it. Right arm circles down to the mat. Wild thing. Left leg steps over. Close it off. Right knee pulls in, left knee pulls in, left foot steps top of the mat. Side angle. Open the body. Reverse the triangle. Lift on up. Half moon pose. Reach out for your half moon. From half moon, close it off. Standing splits. Maybe you fold into it. Maybe you bring the hands to the left lower leg. Step back, down dog. From down dog, you can move through a vinyasa, chaturanga, top dog, or you could roll into plank and then scoop back to dog, creating these spinal wave circles in down dog, which is what I'm going to go for today instead of the vinyasa because it feels like a nice pathway to clear my energy. That standing flow is already challenging enough for me. I don't feel like I need a chaturanga to up dog. I need fluidity, and I need a reminder of what it feels like to have all four of my limbs touching the ground. Okay, from down dog, right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Step through, warrior two. From warrior two, half bind the left arm, reverse the warrior. Triangle pose, everything opens, reach into the Trikonasana. Left arm circles to the ground, wild thing. Right leg steps over. And then reverse that motion, right knee pulls in, right foot steps up. Side angle, maybe with a bind in the arms. Reverse the triangle, option to keep half bind with the left arm. Head to half moon, try out the balance. Once again, maybe a little bit of space is slowly opening up. Close it off to standing splits. Slowly step back, downward facing dog, or you can always go to three-legged dog with the right foot, and it's your choice. Go through a chaturanga, pause and down dog, or go through a few of these spinal wavy type movements. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step the left foot through. Warrior two as the right heel rotates down. Open the arms. Half bind with the right arm, reverse warrior with the left. Triangle pose, open out. Create the space that you would like to occupy. Right arm circles to the ground. Wild thing, left leg steps over, hips bridge up, and then reverse it right, or left knee pulls in, left foot stamps down. Side angle with or without the bind in the arms. Keep the half bind if you wish, reverse triangle, lift up. Balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon pose. Standing splits, close it off. Step back through down dog or three-legged dog. And then you add on your little flare, whether it's a vinyasa, a spinal wave, or just an extra breath. In down dog. As we get to down dog, right leg to the sky, step the right foot through. Warrior two. Left heel seals down, arms open. Half bind left arm, reverse warrior. Triangle pose. Left arm creates a big circle, left hand to the mat, wild thing, step over. Pull the right knee back in, step through, side angle pose. Reverse the triangle, let it feel good. Half moon pose, explore balance. Standing splits, surrender to the moment. Downward facing dog, find familiarity. Left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Step through warrior two. Half bind right arm, reverse with the left. Triangle pose, extend. Wild thing, right hand grounds. Left foot explores back. Left knee returns, left foot returns, side angle pose. Rotate open. Reverse triangle, stretch. Half moon, pursue. Standing splits, surrender. Down dog, return. All right, amazing job, y'all. Let's do one more round for good measure now that we know where we're going. Let's finish it off strong. You got this. Right leg up. Warrior two. I'm going to keep it simple and just say the poses. Reverse. Triangle pose. Wild thing. Side angle. Reverse triangle. Half moon. Fold into standing splits. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog left side. Left foot steps through warrior two. Reverse. Triangle pose. Wild thing, right hand grounds. Side angle, pull the left foot in. Reverse triangle, left arm up. Half moon. Standing splits. Downward facing dog. Whew. From the downward facing dog, drop the knees down. Send the legs forward. And find a seated position. Okay, we're going to go through a little bit of mobility work on the legs. So, you can use the hands down on the ground to help you sit up straight. Legs are just extended out in front of you. And we'll start by lifting the right foot up and then trying to lift a little rainbow over the left foot. Then lift up and put it down. And then opposite, switch sides. Left foot lifts, creates a little rainbow over the right, and then circles back. And then just keep doing these back and forth. It's one of those movements that seems pretty simple and maybe even easy at the beginning, but over time we start to notice, oh wow, I'm really focusing in here, especially if I sit up tall in my spine. I'm really focusing on my hip flexor strength, my quad strength. I'm getting an opportunity to prioritize all these really powerful stabilizing muscle groups. Okay, so same thing here, but we're going to start opening to the side instead of the little rainbow. So right foot will lift, go out to the side, come back. Left foot will lift, go out to the side. So it's still like a little rainbow motion, but it's out to the side. And we just try to stay standing up tall. It's natural for the spine to curve a little bit for some of us. But other than that, allow the spine to sit up. And just do this for a couple more rounds. We're not going to do this for eternity. I know it might not be the most fun, but I find this kind of mobility, intention movement, to go a long way in complementing the rest of our physical yoga asana practice. Okay, as we finish with this, we're going to come into an easy Sukhasana fold. Cross one shin over the other and fold forward. If this is too intense for you, you could take reclined figure 4 laying on your back. If you don't know what the reclined figure 4 is, give it a quick Google. It'll come up really quickly, just crossing the right ankle over the left knee. If you're in the Sukhasana fold, take a few deep breaths. Focus on your experience of the exhales. Slowly lift up. Switch the cross on the legs. Or just switch sides if you took a different variation of a hip stretch or a hip opener. Just use the next several moments to even yourself out and breathe into the other side. Start to lift. Open out the legs, wide-legged seated fold. If y'all know me, you know I like this stretch, and I like to kind of shift the body around instead of necessarily going right forward into a fold. I like to kind of shift around, unlock the space, unlock the hips and the hamstrings. We're not going to be here for too long, but give yourself time. You could always add on some side body reaches. From here, we'll lay down on the back body. As we lay down on the back, we'll prepare for bridge pose. So feet land, energize through the legs, and bridge the hips up to the sky. Let the arms rest down by your sides, and you could bind the fingertips behind the back if you wish. You can make this more about the strength of the back body, including, you notice I always do a little glute check. I'm like, all right, are the glutes working? They are? All right, cool. They're doing what they should. All right, so use the back body to open through the front body here in bridge pose. If you want to make it more about the back bend, then you can take it into that back bend space. You could even do wheel pose. All right, we're going to do a pretty long holds here. And if you want to split it up into 2 shorter holds, you can go ahead and take a break whenever you want. Otherwise, let's stay here. Use your breath to anchor in. Slowly release. As you release, left leg long, right knee pulls in, twist the right leg across the body. Find a supine twisting position and then breathe into it. If you want to extend the right leg like myself, you certainly can, or you can keep a generous bend into the right knee. And then feel free at your own pace, slowly release and guide yourself over to the other side. Taking your time. If you need a little space in between your left and right, then of course, feel free to take it. Release that twist. Make your way into Shavasana, lying flat on your back, unless you prefer another way to do Shavasana, such as laying on your side or your belly, or you could always come toward a seated meditation instead. As you find yourself here, completely let go. We're no longer striving to control the body, the breath, the mind. We're completely surrendering to what is. And we're completely devoting ourselves to the practice and the process of stillness. So we'll give ourselves some moments here in Shavasana to let the practice integrate and to let our lives off the mat integrate into our being as well. Let's begin to deepen the breath and find some stretches and movement in the body. And if you want, You could choose to roll over onto your right or left side for a few introverted moments. We'll slowly come to meet into a seated position. As we come into our seat, we'll lift the palms into a prayer position. We'll end the practice with the sound of Om. Go ahead and inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for joining today's practice. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I hope to see you here for another practice soon. If you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments. And that's it. Peace.